Hello everyone, No One of Consequence here, back with another video covering Old School Dungeons & Dragons news. So the first Old School D&D project news I want to talk about comes from Rob Kuntz. Just as a refresher for those who may not remember, Rob Kuntz is best known for his contributions to various Dungeons & Dragons related materials. Kuntz was a 6th employee of TSR, and he co-authored the Greyhawk supplement in 1975. Kuntz also co-authored Gods, Demigods, and Heroes in '76 with James Ward. Kuntz has authored or co-authored several D&D publications, including the first edition Deities and Demigods. And here's the part that is relevant to this video. Kuntz wanted to move entirely to game design and write a supplement based on his world of Calibrune, but the company would not let him get more involved in creative works, so Kuntz left TSR in 1977. Now, as far as I know, there is no personal animosity between Rob and Gary Gygax over this, and Rob would return to TSR a few years later. However, his personal campaign world of Calibrune never did see publication. Jumping forward to now, a few days ago, Rob posted this on his X account. Just got back in the house, catching up on some emails. Might have some good news tonight or later this week. At Greyhawk fans. Then a short time later, Rob posted this. As you can see, the image is in the style of the original D&D books, and it is titled Calibrune. Now, in researching this video, I found on the RPG Geek website a detail which I did not know. The original Dungeons & Dragons Supplement 5 was intended to be Calibrune. Again, this is a detail that I'd never heard before. As you can see here, Supplement 5 of the original Dungeons & Dragons game was the book Swords and Spells. However, according to that RPG Geek post, it was actually supposed to be Rob's campaign setting of Calibrune. So I took that image Rob posted on X and did this mock-up, showing what the line of OD&D supplements was originally supposed to look like. Meanwhile, Rob continued to post updates about this project. I have positive engagement with the prospective publisher, and we'll be ironing out details in a phone call tomorrow. More information to follow after that. Very positive thrust so far. And he also posted this hand-drawn map. And here is another tweet. Eric Mona was a champion of the OG D&D designers like me. He and thousands who no longer play the old editions will purchase this as well, just to see my takes on top-down world building, coming full circle. Well, if this project does see print, then I will certainly buy it. And more recently, Rob made this post. I am thrilled by the overwhelming support from my fans and fellows regarding my work towards completing highly sought-after products, such as World of Calibrune, Castle El Raja Key, and my full Castle Greyhawk 2 levels. We are ironing out the details, and it is looking like a box set, at least for now. More concrete information should follow in a week. It goes on to say, the rules part of World of Calibrune will include an amendment to spells, which I had configured for the game to make them more complex in nature. I had recommended this much later, in 1985, when Gary had taken over the company and was going to make me the World of Greyhawk brand manager. This for a compendium on Clerics of Greyhawk. And finally, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, said, Rob, I'm all in. Can we get you on the live stream again to discuss? And Rob replied with, after the 30th, when I am giving a keynote address at an RPG symposium. Probably more like mid-August, since I am punching out 2,000 words per day. So it looks like we'll have to wait another month or so to get more specific details about this project. Meanwhile, in other news, Jolly Blackburn, creator of the Knights of the Dinner Table comic and the spin-off Hackmaster game, announced an upcoming Kickstarter. Hackmaster 25th Edition, a fantasy RPG. The next edition of the award-winning role-playing game that began the old school renaissance and defined the retro RPG movement. Now, just in case you're not familiar with Hackmaster, here is part of the Wikipedia entry. Hackmaster is a fantasy role-playing game produced by Kinzer and Company. It began as a fictional game, a parody of Dungeons & Dragons, played by the characters of the Knights of the Dinner Table comic strip. The characters in the comic began playing fictional Hackmaster 3rd Edition, which was updated and published in 2001 as a numerously revised 4th Edition. And if you've never seen them before, here are the covers for the Hackmaster Player's Handbook and Game Master's Guide. As you can see from the artwork, they are clearly inspired by 1st edition AD&D. Kinzer Co. also published Hackmaster versions of many old Dungeons & Dragons adventure modules. Here are just a few examples. And now we're getting a Hackmaster 25th Anniversary Edition Kickstarter. This is it, the granddaddy of them all, the greatest modern RPG of the entire multiverse, the one that launched the entire old school movement, Hackmaster. So grab your dice bag, your buddies, your imagination, and especially your attitude, because here comes the original, classic, biggest, baddest beast on the block, Hackmaster. First released in 2001, Hackmaster won Game of the Year and single-handedly created the old school RPG revival movement. Hackmaster is a perfect blend of old school feel with modern mechanics, offering fast tactical play combined with the most immersive role-playing experience. This Anniversary Edition holds even more options and rules tweaks that allow for more flexibility and adventure without sacrificing the grit and satisfaction of hacking your way from peasant to conqueror. In Hackmaster, you don't begin epic. The game becomes epic with you as it unfolds. Hackmaster 25 provides an experience that satisfies the core of your soul, knowing that your striving and struggling truly pays off in a glory that was fully earned. Jolly also posted a video announcing the Kickstarter, and I'll put a link in the description. Now, I never played the Hackmaster game itself, but I did purchase a few of the products over the years. The Goods and Gear book has been especially useful for my D&D campaigns. And this particular Hackmaster adventure, which I own a copy of, was co-authored by Rob Kuntz, which brings us back around full circle to the start of the video. Between the products featured in this video and everything that Frank Mincer is working on, it really is an exciting time to be an old school Dungeons & Dragons player. Alright, well that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you can, leave a comment and let me know what you think. If you haven't, please consider subscribing, and anything you do to help support the channel, I appreciate it. Thanks again. Bye for now.